Okay, so you know that really annoying process of having to preheat your big oven just to cook something really small? Well, I think this might be a good alternative for that. This is the Wonder Oven by Our Place. It is a small little package with a lot of features jammed into it. In this video, we're going to discuss all the pros and the cons and who I think this is for, because there are pros and there are definitely cons to this guy. So basically, this does 6 different things: air frying, baking, toasting, roasting, reheating, and broiling. It has steam infusion technology. It has multi-level cooking, quick preheat under 3 minutes, and an interior light, which is just the light that lets you know that it's on. Okay, so included in the box is the oven itself, a baking pan, an air fryer basket, a wire rack, and then the crumb tray. The Wonder Oven does come in several different types of colors. I went with the blue. I thought it would fit my kitchen a lot better. So you can find anything that will fit in your kitchen. The timer does go from 0 to 60 minutes. It's one of those old school timers, so it like counts you down like a little ticker, you know? It's one of those. The heat range goes from 200 to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's pretty much gonna cook anything that you throw at it. So the baking tray is made out of a ceramic non-toxic coating. I can't really find anything on their website that says what kind of coating it is, but it does say non-toxic, so I'm assuming it's like Teflon free. So now let's do all of the tests when it comes to cooking. Let's actually use the oven and see how well it performed when we're actually in the kitchen and you're like actually making something.
Okay, so here's the test that I was most excited about. Can the Wonder Oven really cook a whole chicken? I started off by finding a 4.5 pound chicken, which to my surprise was a little harder than I thought, but I did find one at Whole Foods for a whopping $18. First, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 325 in the roast mode. Next, pat down your chicken and make sure it's all dry. Rub a little bit of olive oil so the spices that you're going to use will stick onto it. I used my favorite Slap Ya Mama. It literally goes on everything and makes everything taste so good. Then you're going to quarter 1 shallot, quarter 1 lemon, and 1 to 2 sprigs of rosemary, and 2 to 3 crushed garlic cloves. Stuff it all into the chicken. Then you're going to place your whole chicken on the baking pan on the lower shelf and cook for 20 minutes. Once that timer is done, raise the temperature to 350 and cook for another 10 minutes. Then you're going to change the mode to bake mode and raise the temperature to 375 and add 2 cupfuls of water to the water inlet and bake for another 30 minutes. I must admit, watching a whole ass chicken cook in this tiny little oven was something that I saw in the 90s on an Easy Bake Oven commercial. It was so satisfying. Remove the chicken very carefully. Don't get any of the juices on the burners unless you want your fire alarm to go off. Let it sit and cool for 20 minutes before carving. This will allow the meat to retain all those juices. To my surprise, this chicken was so well cooked and delicious, crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside. This whole chicken can make so many meals, so having to do all of this work for one whole chicken is so worth it. Okay, so now let's get to air frying. This recipe is a take on our friend Josh Schweissman's recipe. Thanks, Josh. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees on air fry mode. We took 1 pound of chicken wings, added some salt and pepper and about half a cup of cornstarch and mixed that all together. Lay the wings out evenly and try not to crowd them too much. You don't want these to steam cook because that'll make them chewy. Cook that for about 10 minutes. While that cooks, grab your favorite barbecue sauce or wing sauce. I went with my favorite Kogi sweet and spicy Korean barbecue sauce. It's literally the best. Add about half the bottle, so about 8 fluid ounces to a pan and heat that up for about 4 minutes or until the sauce thickens up. Once your 10-minute timer on the wings is done, add 1 cupful of water to the steam infusion inlet and flip the wings and cook for another 10 minutes. Being able to see your chicken's wings cooking in the air fryer is awesome and is kind of one of the things that's missing on traditional air fryers. Finally, once that 10-minute timer is done, you're going to turn up the heat preheat to 425 and cook for an additional 5 minutes. This will give a nice crispy outer layer. Okay, so now take your perfectly cooked crispy wings and toss them in with your barbecue sauce, making sure that you smother it with sauce. The wings turned out amazing. Seriously, probably the easiest things I've ever made in an air fryer that's this good. Okay, this is my take on Natasha's Kitchen lemon brown butter sauce recipe. This is my favorite salmon recipe because this couldn't be easier. First, get yourself a delicious piece of salmon, preferably wild caught if you can, but if not, totally fine. Pat that guy down, grate 1 lemon peel and set that aside. Then you're going to squeeze the lemon in a separate bowl and set that aside too. Next, add 3 tablespoons of butter directly on the salmon. Yes, this looks weird, but it's going to melt directly on the salmon in no time, so don't even worry about it. Set the oven to 350 in bake mode and set it for 10 minutes on the dial. Throw that guy in. About halfway through, remove the salmon and add the grated lemon zest and the lemon juice. Careful, this is gonna splatter, so just be careful here. Throw it back into the oven for the remaining 5 minutes. Your kitchen is going to smell so good at this point, so just give it 5 more minutes. The outside is so crispy and the smell is unbelievable. This is literally the easiest salmon you can ever cook, and it's so good. Okay, this has got to be the best way to make Brussels sprouts, and we can thank Helen Henderson from Malibu Farm for this beautiful treasured recipe, and also my favorite cookbook of all time. First, get about 10 Brussels sprouts or about half a pound and cut the ends off. Cut in half or quarter them up, however you want, it doesn't really matter. Throw them in a bowl with some olive oil, salt, and pepper, and wait for it, yes, 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise. Yes, this sounds super weird. I thought so at first, but you'll never go back. You'll never use anything else after you use mayonnaise. And don't worry, this will burn off so fast in the oven, it's not even gonna be there anymore. Throw them in the air frying basket and set your oven to 400 degrees in broil mode for about 15 minutes. These are the most delicious Brussels sprouts you can ever make in 15 minutes. Charred and crispy on the outside, while the inside is still soft and crunchy. Literally perfect Brussels sprouts. Stop reheating your leftover pizza or anything with bread in your microwave, you freaking savage. Everyone knows the best way to reheat a slice of pizza is in the oven, but nobody got time for that. So all you have to do is set it to reheat function to 400 degrees and wait about 5 minutes. Enjoy your crispy crust. So for the toasting mode, we did good old plain white toast. I did my best to set the timer to around 4 to 5 minutes, which is difficult with a mechanical kitchen timer, but luckily having a window to keep an eye on things makes it super easy for you to see what your toasts are looking like. The bread was pretty much cooked evenly on both sides, so no complaints there.
So now we're going to talk about the pros and the cons. So one of the pros is that it's super easy to use. Like, this is dummy proof. As soon as you take it out of the box, you know how to work. There's only 3 dials: the temperature, the mode, and the time. You can't mess this up. And another pro is that it is very small, so it doesn't take up a lot of real estate on your countertop. I do have a small kitchen, so anything that I add into my kitchen, it needs to be well thought out. If it wasn't this small and if it wasn't this compact, I just would stick to the oven. Another pro is if you're the type of person like me that just waits for the last possible minute to cook or eat something, this is the perfect thing for you. You can make really healthy homemade meals really quickly. I threw a piece of salmon in there and Brussels sprouts, and it was done in no joke 15 minutes. Another pro is that although it is kind of on the expensive side at $195, I feel like it is worth it in the long run because it has saved me tons of money not having to order takeout or go pick up food. This will just get it done quickly. The wire rack and the trays, and the basket, they're pretty easy to clean. I'm pretty sure they're dishwasher safe. I don't have a dishwasher, so I'm not sure if they are, but I'm pretty sure they are. The nonstick does seem to be working. I don't know how long it'll be before you'll have to replace it, but the website does have replacement baskets and trays. So another pro is that you can cook 2 different things at once, which is so awesome. So in my test, I did run it against my big oven. I wanted to see how much faster this was to preheat at 375 degrees, and that took around 7 minutes to heat up my big oven. When I tested this, it preheated up to 375 in 3 minutes. That's like a 42% difference. So this is fast when it comes to preheating, which is exactly what you want and the entire purpose of having this. I personally like it because it does fit aesthetically into my kitchen. Look at it, it's cute, I like it. This is cute. Who wouldn't like this? Okay, so now that we've talked about the pros, let's talk about the cons. My number one gripe with the Wonder Oven is this handle. So this handle, it just like protrudes, it extends too far out. So when you want to open this down, it does hit the counter, and so it doesn't fully lay flat. That's unfortunate because I'll tell you why. One, so pulling it out, you're gonna hit your knuckles here. Like either wear a whole mitt or just like be careful to not hit your knuckles right here. So you're gonna have some burning knuckles, and nobody wants freaking burning knuckles. Okay, number two, say you're cooking a chicken or shrimp or something that releases like a lot of juices, right? This pan is really, really thin. You have to bring it up at an angle. So what does that do? That's gonna you're gonna drip all the juices out. That's what's gonna happen. So yeah, don't love that. I did find a workaround, which it works just fine, but I did put the entire oven on top of a cutting board. So that allowed the door to fully extend flat. So you're not having to do bringing it in and out at an angle. That worked just fine. Okay, so gripe number two is this little pan. Like I said, it is very shallow. So I cooked a whole chicken and there was a lot of juice that was like at the bottom. When I was trying to take the chicken out, like I was mortified that I was gonna drip all that juice inside of here and it was just gonna get all smoky and just get everywhere. So yeah, I feel like if they made a deeper pan, that would take care of a lot of the issues. So is it worth $195? I'm gonna say yes. It is definitely worth $195. Aside from the quirks that it has. Why? Because I wait till the last minute to eat. I get so caught up like editing video and until I'm really hungry and then I want something immediately. I know, it's so bad. So this definitely helps me with that because I can make something really, really quick. Ow, my butt is numb. So who do I think this is for? I think this is for people that hate turning on their big oven. It is made for a single person or maybe two people. It does air fry 2 things at once, which is an awesome feature to have. It does bake, it does broil, it does roast, it does do all of those things really, really well. Perfect for quick meals. Okay, so that does it for the Wonder Oven. It does have its pros, it does have its cons. Game changer for a lot of people that just want something quick, easy, and healthy. This is perfect for that. I will see you guys later. Bye.